A testamentary trust is a trust that's set up in a person's will. And what happens is the person will pass away and the estate will be left to the trust, and then it goes through the trust to the beneficiaries of the trust, who are, in most cases, simply the heirs of the person who died. Now, if it sounds complicated and a little convoluted, that's because it is. And in most cases, it's unnecessary. So the person who dies simply wants his or her estate to go to his heirs or her heirs. Usually that's 2 or 3 children, and they could simply just set up a will saying, I leave my property in equal shares to my children. Instead, they employ these lawyers, these estate planning lawyers who set up these ridiculously complicated estate plans where instead of just leaving the property to the kids in equal shares, it goes into this lengthy, confusing trust, and then it needs to go through all the mechanisms of the trust and be handled according to all of these terms in the trust and all of its jargon before it could then go to the heirs, usually in equal shares. It's a foolish way of doing things, and I see it cause a lot of title problems. So people will inherit property and then they have problems selling it because of the confusion that the trust causes. So if you're doing estate planning and some lawyer has proposed that you draft a will and leave everything to a trust and that everything goes from the trust to your heirs, ask the lawyer why you're doing that, because in many instances it's totally unnecessary and it just overcomplicates everything, and it ends up costing more in the end because you need to pay lawyers to administer, to probate the estate and deal with this trust, which nobody can understand, and oftentimes the heirs don't even get a copy of it. All right, so it just confuses things, and unnecessarily so. It's almost always best to have a simple estate plan that's straightforward, that anyone on earth can read and understand. Usually the more conservative you are with your legal documents, especially your estate planning documents, the less expensive it's going to be to implement the plan, and the less confusion and problems you'll have when you go to do it.